The government has taken two important steps to reduce tax evasion and increase the compliance with goods and service tax system. Firstly, the threshold for generating e-invoices for business-to-business transactions has been reduced from Rs 10 crore to Rs 5 crore. Secondly, a back-end application has been introduced for central tax officers to automate the scrutiny of GST returns. These new measures are aimed at increasing compliance with the GST system and avoiding fraud, particularly in cases involving fake invoices. By lowering the threshold for e-invoices and introducing an automated scrutiny module for GST returns, more businesses including small and medium enterprises will be brought under the compliance mandate. These changes are expected to improve the GST revenue collections as well. What is the Automated Return Scrutiny Mode? During a review of the CBIC last week, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman instructed the authorities to implement an Automated Return Scrutiny Module for the GST returns as soon as possible. This module will enable the officers to scrutinize the GST returns of center-administrated taxpayers on the basis of data analytics and risk identification by the system. A statement from the Finance Ministry confirmed these directions. Under the new module, the tax officers will be able to identify discrepancies based on the risk identified by the system. The tax officers will communicate these discrepancies to the taxpayers through the GSTN Common Portal. The taxpayers will have an opportunity to respond to these discrepancies, and then the tax officials will take subsequent action such as issuing an order of acceptance to the reply, issuing a show cause notice, or initiating an audit or an investigation. The ministry has announced that this new module has already been implemented and that the GST returns for the financial year 2019 and 2020 are already being scrutinized. The necessary data for the scrutiny of these returns is already available to the tax officers. Effective from August 1, the government has lowered the threshold for generating e-invoices for business-to-business, that is B2B transactions, from Rs 10 crore to Rs 5 crore under the GST system. This change is aimed at increasing compliance with the GST system and avoiding tax evasions. As per a notification released by the Finance Ministry on May 10th, businesses with a turnover of 10 crore and above are currently required to generate e-invoices for all their B2B transactions. However, from August 1, the same will apply to businesses with a turnover of more than Rs 5 crores. What does the e-invoicing envisage? During the 37th meeting of the GST Council in September 2019, the phased implementation of this was proposed to ensure a common standard for all invoices. However, within 3 years of its implementation, the threshold for the invoicing has been reduced to companies with a turnover of more than Rs 5 crores. From October 1st, 2020, e-invoicing for B2B transactions for companies with a turnover of more than Rs 500 crores had become mandatory. This was later extended to businesses with a turnover of more than Rs 100 crores in January 2021. Further, from April 1st, 2021, the threshold was even lowered to businesses with a turnover of Rs 50 crore. From April 1st, 2022, the threshold was again lowered to businesses with a turnover of more than Rs 20 crore. And then finally, on October 1st, 2022, the threshold was lowered for businesses with a turnover of more than Rs 10 crore.